Ready, start. My colleague, the Honorable Minister of Defense, will no doubt deal with the broad issues raised in this debate and with the criticisms and suggestions made. Full stop. I have intervened to draw the attention of the House to certain broad and basic principles of the lines of defense and more especially the problems that we have to face. Full stop. Para. I have noticed in the course of the debate today a certain concern and anxiety about recent events amounting almost to an apprehension lest India might be attacked by our neighboring country and we might not be ready for it. Full stop. The number of recent border incidents and more especially the fact that a great foreign country is giving military aid has led no doubt to this apprehension. Full stop. It is perfectly true that the situation today in regard to the defense, if India has been very much affected by factor of military aid coming in from a great country and we have to view this situation in this new light. Full stop. Para. The honorable members who spoke just before me asked us to have the latest equipment and the best training. Full stop. What exactly does that mean? Question mark. In nothing, I think, has there been such a great technological improvement as in war equipment. Full stop. Of course, the latest example of that, the final example, is the nuclear weapon, atomic bomb, or hydrogen bomb. Full stop. That is the culmination of this process. Full stop. It means that no country in the world excepting the two great powers is adequately defended because only they have enough of these nuclear weapons. Full stop. How then does one judge the adequacy of a country's defense? Question mark. Para. Obviously, if some power which has nuclear weapons at its disposal choose to attack India from the purely military point of view, we have little defense. Full stop. It may be from other point of view, we may yet be able to meet this menace of the atomic bomb because a people that have vitality, strength, and unity, and a people that will not surrender whatever happens can never be defeated. Full stop. I have often said, therefore, that the real answer to the atomic bomb lies in other spheres. Full stop. I mention this because in the final analysis, what counts is not your soldier or your military weapon, but the spirit of unity of the people, the will of the people to survive in spite of every difficulty and every menace present here. Full stop. Para. If I am confident about India, that confidence depends more on the spirit and unity of our people than on other factors. Full stop. If that is weak for me, it just does not matter how many tanks or how many aircraft we may put in. Full stop. Technology has developed so rapidly that if unfortunately there is a great war in the future, probably every book that has been written in the past about warfare and every weapon that was used during the last war and previously would be out of date, full stop. Judged from that point of view, we in India and nearly all the countries of the world, excepting a very few, are completely out of date, and there is not help for us at present, full stop. Para, what is the equation of defense, question mark, in what lies the strength of a people for defense, question mark. Well, one thinks immediately about defense forces, army, navy, air force, full stop. Perfectly right, full stop. They are the spear points of defense, full stop. They have to bear the brunt of any attack, full stop. How do they exist, question mark. What are they based on, question mark. The more technical armies and navies and air forces get, the more important becomes the industrial and technological base of the country, full stop. You may import a machine or an aircraft or some other highly technical weapon, and you may even teach somebody to use it, but that is a very superficial type of defense because you have not got the technological background for it, full stop. If spare parts go wrong, your whole machine is useless, full stop. If somebody from whom you bought it refuses to supply a part of it, it becomes useless. So that in spite of your independence, you become dependent on others, and very greatly so, full stop. Para, from that point of view, probably there are very few countries in the world that are really independent, able to stand on their own feet against the military strength of others, full stop. Therefore, apart from the army, navy, and so on, you have to have an industrial and technological background in the country, full stop. Para, supporting all this is the economy of the country, full stop. If the country's economy is not sound, it is a weak country, full stop. I can give many examples to this house of countries which for the moment may have a good army, but whose strength is really superficial because the army depends on outside factors, foreign machines, foreign economy, foreign help, full stop. Such a country is essentially a dependent country, though called independent as regards his political status is concerned in the world, full stop. We do not subscribe to this new, so we believe that strength lies in developing the country in all spheres, full stop. Overall,